Hello and welcome back to another edition of NMB Takoyaki Party, a podcast about NMB 48. My name is Matt, and I am partially vaccinated with the coronavirus vaccine. I have a part of Bill Gates' DNA inside of me, and I've bought like 3 computers, Windows computers, and 1 Xbox. I'm joined by Arda, and
Hey.
Arda, you're fully vaccinated, aren't you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so you have more. You have the full power of 5G within you. The internet's a lot faster. And then I'm also joined by Geoff, who has no vaccine because he's a dirty anti-vaxxer.
I'm still on 4G.
It's on 4G. He hates vaccines. He's refused to get one.
Yes.
That's not true. He's getting his vaccine, just not yet. His city sucks.
Later this week. No,
Yeah.
more like
So-
I don't have pre-existing conditions I can cheat with.
Hey, you can just say, hey, my pre-existing condition is being awesome. I'm sure they accept that. But yeah, like how like Japan works like with the vaccine situation. If like you're in America or wherever, like you probably already like have your vaccine. You had it like 3 months ago, half a year ago. Like Japan is really slow. Like they just started like vaccinating like people under 65 back in like June, I think, or May or April. A little behind everyone else, and then some of us have already like just started getting our vaccines, like our first doses or wherever.
Yeah, but Japanese are gonna get Moderna, right? Compared to us who get Sinovac.
Yeah. So you took Sinovac, I guess. So that's a 2-dose thing.
Yeah, Sinovac is 2 doses, but it is recommended to get the 3 times the
Like-
once more vaccine for Delta variant.
Oh, really?
Wow. Okay. Yeah, because here in Japan, we have Pfizer and Moderna are the options, and my first dose wasn't too bad. It was just a sore arm, but I guess according to Ryan, he's recovering from his second dose. That's why he's not here. He was complaining about like a fever and like being tired and shit. But yeah, so yeah, looking forward to getting vaccinated. Things hopefully come back to normal in Japan. We're not the only ones that got vaccinated. NMB 48, some of the members, all the members, they all got vaccinated.
I mean, we don't know specifically, but
we do know specifically that Hori Shion, got her vaccine at least.
yeah. So on
And-
her YouTube channel, she made a video about getting the first shot. Like she didn't like record the actual shot process, but she talked about like right after it and then for the next few days, like her symptoms and stuff. So because she wanted to kind of help people her age like get more information about what the side effects are like, because there's a lot of misinformation going around online. So yeah, she was. I saw a lot of comments saying, "Oh, her video is really helpful and made people feel reassured about getting the vaccine." So that's really good of her.
Yeah.
But
There's also some really bad comments in there too.
fortunately, those are a small minority. But anyway, so she got her first shot on June 28th as part of. So Japan has this program for large employers to vaccinate their employees separately from like the municipalities to take the pressure off of the local governments. And so Yoshimoto, being a huge company with lots of like entertainers and stuff, had one of these. So presumably all the members also got vaccinated on that day, along with like other comedians you might see on TV. And if anyone's curious, they use Moderna for this program, and Shion mentioned that as well. She said she didn't really have any severe symptoms, like mostly arm soreness.
So you have to wait 4 weeks for the second dose. So which means they should be getting their second dose soonish.
July 26th.
Yeah, so in a couple days. Probably by the time you hear this, maybe they'll be in. So in which case, maybe did Shion say she's gonna do like a follow up on her like second dose?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's gonna be interesting how that goes. Because apparently, the second dose is like much worse, side effects wise.
Yeah. I experienced much worse.
First
One.
And they don't have. There's like no theater shows scheduled next week.
there's a couple like there's Kokaku Kuho,
Oh, there is.
the Wakapon thing, Uka has a Seitantai on. That's in the first though.
I know the Kokohaku show still has no members decided, so maybe they'll just pick like who has the least side effects,
who has the lowest fever. Yeah, and also I think there's also a Kinkusei show also.
Yeah, because I remember at the end of June when their first shots happened, like there was a few days without theater shows, and people kind of wondered. But that was also like when they started rehearsal for the concerts, which is kind of a spoiler.
Yeah, something we'll talk about soon. Yeah. But yeah, yeah. So that's kind of it. The vaccine situations, vaccine update. NMB Takoyaki Party vaccine update. Stay tuned next month for part 2. So while we're still like in the pandemic stuff, they are still doing like some events and stuff. So we're kind of like flipping things around on the others, on like in the different order this time around. We're gonna start off with a bunch of event reports because we unusually have had a lot of events like in the last month, and a lot of like in-person event stuff. So kick things off. Geoff went to Hirakata Park literally like a weekend after our last episode.
Yeah.
To go enjoy the amusement park because he loves amusement parks.
Yes. I love roller coasters. No, I don't.
As you guys, we've talked about this before, but yeah, like, so NMB had a collaboration with Hirakata Park from, was it March until June?
Yeah, last weekend of June. So I went on the last weekend.
Yeah, you checked it out. So how was that?
So basically, Hirakata Park is one of those theme parks where you pay an entrance fee, which isn't too much, but then for each ride or attraction, you also have to pay for tickets.
Okay, so it's kind of like county fair. They kind of do that thing too.
Yeah, smaller parks tend to do this, I think. And it's pretty small. So Hirakata is a small city just outside of Osaka. And the park is not really that famous because you have Universal Studios Japan, like in Osaka, which is huge. It's an internationally recognized brand. So
how much is the entrance fee
for Hirapa?
Yeah,
it was like 1,600 yen, something like that.
Not too bad.
Yeah, and then each ride is like 300 to 500.
Oh, okay, yeah. Is there like cause I know like with county fairs, like you can buy the tickets are like $3, $5 or whatever, and then like you can buy like a bracelet that lets you go on all of them.
Yeah, you can buy a free pass if you want.
How much is that?
I think at least 1,200, maybe more.
1,200?
I don't remember.
100?
That's not terrible. It's cheaper than
actually.
Pass.
I mean, you have to ride like 3 or 4 rides to make it worth it.
Okay. Well, even then, that's not too bad anyway.
Yeah.
But they only have like 3 or 4 rides, right? So. It's
I mean, for the hardcore theme park fans, yeah, you would say there's only 3 or 4 worth riding.
And you can see them all on Burari Junro, the video where they play the werewolf game at the park, which is subbed on TEPPENSubs.com or .tumblr.com, I think.
Yeah, and a lot of members who have YouTube did like some special videos there. So beyond this event, it was like there's a whole bunch of collabs with Hirapa. But yeah, so it's like a local theme park, but there's a charm to it. Some members went there when they were kids, like Chihhi loves it. So anyway, back to the main event. So there's like a exhibition hall inside, and NMB, you pay a fee to get in, and then there's like like all the past photos for every member, like every current member pasted on the walls as like a history, and then like historical goods from concerts and stuff, all the way from 1st anniversary to 10th anniversary. and then like some there's a purikura, so like the photo booths, those Japanese photo booths where you can like pretend to take a picture with the member. Like there's like a digital frame of the member and you pose next to it. And then the star attraction was like the VR date with different members. So we introduced this before, but it was like essentially it was 16 member senbatsu.
Yeah, it's like the the Koinanka senbatsu without Akari and Saipi.
And then with
and no Ion either, right?
Yeah, and then with
and then they added Hasa
and Mew,
yeah, and then one more, something like that, yeah.
And then they added Anju because
they added DLC, as she referred to it. Yeah, the Anju DLC was added to it, and actually, I think they swapped out, or Suchan's still there, right?
No, you could. I think Suchan was not available.
Okay, yeah, so it's probably they swapped them, and
yeah, and they added danceable as well.
Yeah.
So I watched. So you could, when you bought the entrance ticket to this room, you got one free random ticket, which let you watch one of the VR dates, but it's completely random out of like the 16 choices. So what you have to do is pay an extra 400 and upgrade that to like a selection ticket where you can choose which one you want to watch. So I had to pay for one upgrade and then pay for two separate like selection tickets. So to watch Chihhi's one and then the two danceable ones.
How long was the duration of the video?
It's like 2 minutes.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed by that. And then I thought there was like actually a choice within the story. But so then you could like do it multiple times and then see both choices, but no, it was only one. And it wasn't like super immersive. It was like
just like a 3D movie kind of.
Yeah, well, so it's not 3D. It's like I think it was an Oculus. It's like a dedicated VR device. It's not like the smartphone holder one. But then like if you unless you brought your own wired headphones, you couldn't use like you had to just listen through it through the device speakers, so it wasn't that immersive. There weren't too many people, so it wasn't noisy, but still not as great as it could have been. But then it's like
you bring your AirPod Maxes.
It's a movie, so and all you can do is like move around, not that much, like 180 degrees max. Like it was nice.
Okay, so you're just moving your head around. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you see your feet?
Well, you see like a black hole where the. Well, okay. I think it was filmed with like handheld cameras that the members held or something. That's
also the thing I like to do like with like VR stuff is like mess around. Like, can you see your feet, or like, can you like
or
stand up and turn around and see that you have no head because you are the head. That's always my favorite.
There's no like stand-in body.
Yeah, dang.
But it was like, go theme park date, so it's like Chihhi's is like, do you want to go on the Meteor with just like the big drop ride, and then it's like your character goes like, no, I'm scared, and then she's like, oh no, you don't have to like force yourself to go with me, stuff like that. And then like
so you just watch her go on it by herself.
No, you end up like going on a less scary ride.
Okay.
Can you see your hand?
No, there's no like,
no hand.
Or it's like holding like a fake hand. Like
there's no MC interaction.
Okay.
So just talking to you.
Yeah. So I meant all the other ones, all the other solo member ones are like that, I guess. And then the danceable ones are 3 members each, and then like they just like drag you along to go on a date for like 30 seconds. And then switch to the next member. So
is it like all like one take, like where like one's like Kojin is done with you, then like Nanaho pulls you away off to the side,
yeah,
or is it like Okay. So it's all like one take. That's cool. Or it's like a hard cut, and then like, okay, now.
Well, I mean, it's cut. They didn't film it all in one take.
Dang.
Yeah, I mean, it was okay. I mean, the fun is like going with somebody and then like, going through that room and then doing the VR stuff and then talking about it afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
But then like there were people who went alone, but I definitely would not have enjoyed it that much if I were alone.
Yeah, so you had someone else go with you,
Yeah.
though, not me. So
yeah, another guy.
I would have gone, but it's just the timing was like not good for me. So also you went on like on a Friday, right? So.
Yeah, I took days off because I just wanted to take some days off, and then like, oh, let's go to Osaka. Because there was no other like NMB concert or stuff I was going for. I tried to apply for a theater show but didn't win.
Did you try? Because I know like they had like their exclusive like food stuff or whatever.
So unfortunately, they stopped serving that for COVID reasons.
Oh,
which
shit.
is really dumb. Yeah. So yeah, what happened was that the park, I think Osaka was technically still under state of emergency or had just ended. Yeah, it had just ended. So like for like a month and a half, Osaka was under a state of emergency and it was very strict, and they closed the park completely.
Yeah, you couldn't even go there for like a month.
Yeah, so a lot of us were wondering like, oh, are they going to extend this collaboration? And ended up no, because I'm sure they have like other stuff lined up afterwards. But then yeah, the state of emergency was like partially relaxed, so then it opened only on weekdays. But then like the week before I went, the state of emergency completely ended, and it also opened on weekends. But then like during that whole month shutdown, I guess they also like shut down the food and everything as well, because they can't just buy all the ingredients and waste it.
Yeah,
so then they just like gave up on restarting it in the short time they had left.
Because I remember they this was part of the goods. I think they had like the candy, like little candy balls. Did you get those?
Yeah,
by
I
chance?
think that was online only. I bought one of those online.
How are those? I'm
I mean,
curious.
it's just regular candy drops,
Like chewy or like
it's
hard candy?
Hard candy.
Did you get Chihhi t-shirt?
I didn't get a t-shirt. That was kind of expensive.
Fair, yeah.
That's
the one that's like the member, right?
Yeah, like a hand.
It's like a drawing of it.
Yeah.
The design is nice, but then like I would never wear it. That's the problem.
You'd only wear it for like Hanashikai or something,
Yeah.
or a concert. I think I saw a couple people wearing those at some of the stuff we went to.
Yeah, I have too. But the one thing I did splurge on was the photo book, which has like scenes from the VR, like basically like off shots from when they were filming the VR. It's pretty nice. I think they cut out Shinchan from it.
These are all like solo shots, right? Then
Yeah, pretty much.
okay, it's not like in group shots and there's awkward, like an awkward like white space or something, mosaic face.
No. I mean, in the group shots, they had to leave. Like, they removed every trace of Shinchan except for the group shots. Like, they can't cut her out of it.
Yeah, but they could at least black out her name, maybe, right?
Yeah, like in the photo book. In the photo book, there's like her name is not listed.
Oh, okay. No credit. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I hope they would do that again, maybe.
Yeah, it's a good. I mean, it's really nice how they, with like, there's so many different aspects they had with this collaboration, like all the YouTube channels, like, and then there's like the food as well. It's just really unfortunate timing that it was hard for people to go.
Yeah, even like when they first announced it, which was like in January or February, I'm like, yeah, like we're not out of the pandemic yet. Why are you doing this? I thought it was kind of dumb timing, but I guess they had to just, it's either use it or lose it, I guess.
I mean, they planned this for months before, I guess, and then like for most of last year, stuff was pretty relaxed in Japan, but then entering this year, it just got worse.
And we're getting worse now, thanks to a certain international competition. Yeah. Cool. All right. So yeah. So Geoff went there to Hirakata. Next thing, actually we didn't go to this at all, but this just happened though, was Kinoshita Momoka produced stage Muchas Kuse. So we talked about this last time. Essentially it's like a like the Gekijo, no, Yuri Gekijo. Yeah. Kind of like, like a big like play or drama thing. In this case, though, it was like a bunch of like little like mini like plays, mini like vignettes, I guess is the term.
Yeah.
All like unrelated and stuff. Like an anthology of stuff with various members. I think we talked about those last time. They're all pretty interesting. They varied from like comedy and dramatic stuff. I think like the Wakapon one at the end was like the most like dramatic, right? All I remember is Anshu got robbed. She only had like one whole thing, like little mini like she was on there maybe for like 2 or 3 minutes, maybe max. Like one little scene. And it's her like being like a host.
And she wasn't even picked.
Nope. Oh yeah. So there's that, and also we had a guest. We had Mita Malkyun showed up for that.
Oh, yeah.
Was any highlights from that show you guys liked?
Well, I like Ray-chan and Shinchan sexy mono.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I remember. Well, it was like Ray. Yeah, Ray did Momotaro, and I think Shinchan did another story. It wasn't Momotaro, I don't think. It might have been like Kaguya Hime, maybe. Oh no! It was the swan, the crane, like basically the like the crane or swan that like gives you presents or something.
Basically, they wore like a white dress shirt, like
Yeah.
And then lie down all sexy like on this like big couch, big sofa thing.
And then read a traditional fairy tale, folktale in a sexy voice.
Yeah.
So imagine like it from your country or something, like talking about the 3 little pigs, all sexy.
And then he huffed, and then he puffed.
Oh God.
And then he blew the house down. This is my sexy voice.
And that's why you're not in that show.
Yeah. Well, not that show. You had to subscribe to my Patreon to get my version, the full version. Too hot for TV. Yeah, okay, I remember that. That was pretty funny. Yeah, it happened like a little over a month ago, so like I don't remember too much of the details. But yeah, I remember that was really funny. And then there was like a musical number at the end with Wakapon.
I barely heard. Yeah, I don't remember a lot. I just remember.
What song was it? Yeah, it was an AKB song, I think.
Boku wa Aisa.
Aisarete Ainai.
Aisarete.
Oh yeah.
Solo song.
Yeah. Okay.
Solo song.
Yeah. Anyway, that happened. That was I didn't even forget the date. It was on Fanny. I ripped it, but did not rewatch it. But yeah. Okay. So there's that. Next, so this thing actually was literally announced the day after the last podcast came out. They did like a YouTube stream. With some members.
It just said emergency announcement.
Yep.
And then like apparently the members were told to watch it as well, and they didn't know what was going on either.
Yeah, so I think it was Miru and Kojiri, I think, were the 2 people on it.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, so and of course, whenever they say like emergency announcement, everyone jumps to like 500 different conclusions, like, oh, it's gonna be 8th generation, or someone's gonna announce graduation, or
Team Shuffle,
new single, or something. Yeah, Shuffle. Yeah, I was like, wait, new single. We just had one. We're not even done with it yet. But ended up being some concerts. So they did a little like mini series of concerts at the Zepp Osaka Bayside, not to be confused with Zepp Namba. And these were on July 9th through the 11th, so 3 days, 5 concerts.
And the members found out during the live stream, and then they only had like 2 weeks to rehearse.
Yeah, it was super rushed. The whole process was rushed so much that like it became really hard and really annoying to actually like try to get tickets for this, because first they did like just NMB fan club like normal, and then like 2 days later they like, oh yeah, sister groups can apply for it also, and also Epon was at the same time as well. The general sales were all same time, and it was credit card payment only.
Yes.
So normally you can pay credit card or you can pay at the convenience store.
Yeah, we normally try to do things like apply in pairs. So like we have 2 shots at winning 2 tickets each, and then just don't pay for one pair.
Yeah, or we pay for all of them, and then like you take your pick of the better pair.
Yeah,
and then try to sell the other one to someone who didn't quite get it
so
more.
we had to
or if we have like extra friends like in the country that might be interested in going to concert, we'd hook them up with our extras.
Yeah, so unfortunately it was all like you had to pay for everything you win. Like in Japan, I don't know if we've talked about this much before, but Japan does lotteries for concerts rather than first come first serve. So there's no like scalper bots like rating Ticketmaster.
Yep.
So it's more fair in a way. Like you don't get scalpers as much.
And then like your ticket seats are completely random too, so it's not like you can game the system either. The only way you can kind of try to get better seats is if someone who actually does win a good seats, and then they're also like a scalp. Like the scalping rules are also pretty strict here because everything has like an ID check. Like your name is printed on the ticket, and then they in the before times they would actually like strictly follow like make sure you have your ID with you in order to actually get in. And so if you don't have an ID, you can't use the ticket, you can't go inside. But now that we're like in the weird like social distancing measures, like they don't even check the ID anymore because you might get corona from touching my dirty gaijin card or something. I don't know.
Anyway,
but yeah. So me and Geoff, we tried to go to these and did not go as smooth as we were hoping. Like similar problem as like the non-battle and Ion grad concerts.
So we haven't named the concerts yet.
Yep. So so 5 concerts in 3 days. So we have a Shiroma Miru solo concert, and that was on July 9th. And then there were the 2 concerts. What's it called? Namba. Shinsen Gumi concert. So it's like the loli concert is what I like to call it, which is it's NMB 6th generation, 3rd draft, and 7th generation. So no 5th generation and no boomer members. And that was actually kind of interesting. So that was on the 10th, and so they did 2 concerts, and they basically had them be 2 different teams of members, and it was kind of this little competition to see like which team was better, and it was like a fan vote. One was in the afternoon, one was at night. And then on July 11th was the Kokoten, which is like NMB's like first original theater stage. They did a revival concert and did 2 performances of that, once in the afternoon and once at night. And of those, the Kokoten concerts were the hardest ones to win, as in they were everyone that I don't know what happened. Basically, Geoff didn't win any of them, and I couldn't do it because I didn't do credit card application. So I couldn't get that. But then Miru and the next gen member concerts, like those ones did not sell out. Like they were still selling those. They started selling those on E Plus, which is like a kind of like a widespread ticket selling site, kind of like Ticketmaster, I guess. But yeah, Geoff still like went to all the concerts because we also had a friend of the show, Andy of Andy and the Takoyaki Party. He also applied for some shows as well. But yeah, so I only went to the second day concert, the Shinsen Gumi concert. But Geoff, you can tell us about Miru solo concert.
So yeah, Miru solo. If you remember, there was online concerts last year during August, and Miru solo was one of them. It was postponed from her original solo concert in like May or something.
Yeah, and that was supposed to be at like Line Cube Shibuya, I think. Yeah.
But it was almost the same, almost the same format as her online concert. Like there was the cool corner to start off, where she's wearing the red dress, like pushing her boobs all the way out, and then Yuina and Uka came on to like fill time as MCs.
They talked about her photo book,
and then showed more boobs on the screen. Yeah. They promoted her photo book. And
Which
then
we didn't put this on the list, but yeah, it came out and it did like what is it? It's like 7,000,
almost 7,000 copies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the first week. So
which is okay.
Okay, yeah, not as good as Ray or Suchan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still pretty solid.
I mean, I bought it. It's very. I mean, it's sexy, but then it's also like very artsy, as well.
It is better than her first one though. Love Rush. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, just based off like the previous, seemed like there at least was more going on in that one than in her first one in Love Rush.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Anyway, back to the concert. So if you remember the online concert, there was a part where she's like lying on the bed. They did that again.
Yeah.
With Yume no Dead Body.
Yeah. And then like the final corner of like, you know, the hype songs.
Well, it was like the Miru like songs, right? Because you did like World to People, Masaka Singapore,
Raskunai and stuff.
Yeah, Shirai Yanagi.
But overall, I enjoyed it. So luckily I got really good seats, like the 6th row. So I was able to see her quite clearly, and watch her face expressions. And she's really good performer. Like she gives off a really powerful aura. And so I'm not a huge Miru fan, but then I wanted to see this because like she's the last first gen, and I know she would put on a good show, and yeah, I enjoyed it.
And you're already gonna be in Osaka for like the weekend anyway.
Yeah. I do. So she was saying in the MCs and stuff, she was really happy that she got to basically redo her solo concert with an audience. And yeah, the audience was pretty good, like changing all the pen lights to red or pink, which are her colors. But then yeah, there's just a little bit missing that, we still have restrictions where we can't cheer. We have to wear masks and sit the whole show. So yeah, that still takes a little bit away from the concert experience. But the seats were like completely full. They didn't like do social distancing.
No social distancing. Yeah, so yeah, because I think like last year at the 10th anniversary concerts, there was like at least one seat between each person, but I think they threw that out the window this year with I think other concerts also.
Yeah, the restrictions and stuff just don't make sense anymore.
Yeah, I mean, some may argue it didn't make sense in the first place. But I mean, it's like more giving the image of like trying.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was Miru solo.
I tried watching it, the stream. Okay, so another thing that you mentioned about those concerts, they were all streamed for free on 17 Live, or Ichinana Live, I guess is what it's called. So anyone could watch them while they were happening.
And the archive is available through, I think
until I think it might be until like Monday maybe.
Yeah.
They might have a day left. It's been a couple weeks.
Yeah.
It's been a few weeks, so you may or may not be able to. If not, there's probably there's probably some rip on like Billy or whatever. Anyway.
And this actually was like this whole giant collaboration with Ichinana Live. So for the week leading up to the concerts, they also had members stream for 1 hour each night, like on Ichinana
like a relay
Live.
style.
Yeah. Just like talking about the concerts or whatever. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why this collab suddenly came up.
Well, because like they also did this with AKB with their like Minigishi grad concert, and then the other concert they did where they announced their new stuff. And that was also free to watch. Also, and that was also at the 17 Live Arena or whatever in Yokohama, I think. Which I didn't know there was one, but there is.
They have a sponsorship or something.
Yeah. So I figured, I guess, like, we'll give it to NMB too. Did they? Yeah, they did do like a follow up one like a couple days ago. That's where they revealed the results of another thing we did. Yeah. Anyway, I tried watching this on 17 Live. Like, so I was on the Shinkansen coming down there the night before for the Saturday concert. And the Shinkansen Wi-Fi is dog shit, so I couldn't get an actual connection. Ended up using like all my data then.
for Miru.
All for Miru. Well, partially for Miru, and then partially for the Kokoten concert on the way back home. But yeah, that was the Miru concert. So you and Andy went and saw that. And then the next day, the 10th, I was there for the Shinsen Gumi concert with Geoff. And so we went to the afternoon one for a number of reasons, and not the night one.
All the best members were in this.
Yeah, you had members like, you can find the full list. Harakaren, Misaki, who else was in there? Nanaho, I guess.
Fuwa.
And Yuina.
Fuwa, yes, Fuwa.
Yeah, Fuwa.
Fuwa, Kato, IP, like a bunch of like like star members. I feel like I feel like it's like this. Like when we saw like the announcement, like, oh man, okay, yeah, this show is gonna be kick ass because it has like way more like quote unquote star members. Yeah. So anyway, we went to that, and I got in the mood. I got in the festive spirit. I made some big dumb sign posters. So like I made a giant Piro sign for Harakaren. And then I made a giant like Misaki sign, but I like trying to figure out how to do this because like Misaki is like it's too long to write like on a paper and make it actually be somewhat big. So I ended up writing it in hiragana, and then I colored it in with like the American flag inside. It's super patriotic. Our seats they weren't. I mean, probably not as good as the Miru ones that Geoff had, but we were like in the very back row of like the lower section, the first area. I guess.
We were like 2/3 of the way back.
Yeah, like still on the ground level, because then there's like because this is at Zepp, so it's the live house. So in the live house, there's like the little like stepped area, like the little like inclined area, which normally that would also be a standing area. So everything was all seated. So basically we were before that, and like the camera was like right behind us, like the main camera pointing at the thing was literally right behind us. So luckily there's no one behind me, so I could wave my sign above my head like a big jackass. But I don't think, according to a certain handshake report, so this is a Takoyaki Party exclusive, world exclusive. I had a Hanashikai with Misaki, and I showed her my sign, and she's like, "Oh, I didn't see that." So like she has like
on Misaki though.
Yeah. So like normally, like if you're like a trained idol, like someone says, "Hey, did you see this?" You're supposed to say yes, and right.
Yes, thank you.
But she has like no filter. She doesn't know better, so she said, she was like brutally honest, which I appreciate. I respect that.
Or maybe it's just because she was speaking English. So
maybe
so
that's
her American
like,
side came out.
Yeah, which that's okay too. So like I wasn't angry or anything. I just thought it was really funny that like she actually said that. Like, oh shit. Yeah, which is I think as you say, like like her American side, or like her she's not even American. She's just like her exposure to America and like speaking English lets her be more like more frank, more blunt. Which I mean, I also got that a lot with Sally Amaki whenever I talk to her about stuff too. Like she can be very direct with that stuff. Yeah, so I thought it was really funny with Misaki. So she didn't see my sign. Whereas like I showed the Karen and she's like, "Oh yeah, I saw it. It's so cute." She's faking it. But then she also gave me like extra watashi kanji because I also like I went to Poncho after that concert and posted a picture of her, and she liked it, and then talked about it later at another Hanashikai. But yeah, that show, it was fun. I really liked that show. It was surprisingly fun to watch. Let's see. The set lists for both shows were basically the same except for the encore.
Yeah.
And it was all produced by Koji.
Yeah.
So she understands what the fans want.
Which is AKB48 songs. It was way too many. I think that's probably my main criticism is too many AKB songs.
There was the good ones.
What fucking Skirt Harari? Fuck that, no.
Yeah. Maybe
Also,
that one's
Misaki was in that. That was upsetting.
makes you feel dirty.
Yeah, right. No, yeah. I feel like I'm on a list now. I really hate Hatakita Virus for some reason.
That was great because Nanaho was in it.
Also, that was I think Harukaran was she was the center for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think that was Koji Haru's spot. I hate that song too.
Really?
Yeah, that's like it's like that in Hatakita Virus. Like I think I just hate Team 4. Wait. Dim Namida not.
No, it's not.
Yeah. I still hate it though.
But yeah, they did like Seishin Philosophy, so you probably hated that too, right?
Yeah. They did Beginner, which that was a nice throwback. Like I haven't heard that song in ages, and that was like the of those kind of songs, the quote unquote like cool songs. Yeah. That's probably the last one actually. Well, actually, I like Uza as well too, but like, dang, this brings me back to like 2011, back when AKB was good. Yeah, then they did some other weird, like fucking weird ass NMB songs in Virginity.
Yeah, so they did Virginity and Junjo Under 19 back to back.
Yeah, which talk about like the turd combo, right?
I mean, I like Junjo Under 19 a little bit better because it came first, and Virginity is like kind of a rehash, so I don't like it as much.
Yeah, they kind of. Oh, maybe. Yeah, I guess I can see that. Like, cause he had like Nagaichi between them, so that was like the palate cleanser that like fixed everything, and then they fucked it up again. Gatsuki Girls was hype.
Yes.
Because they changed it from Team In to Shine, and I guess what they do. Did they do? Oh yeah, so they actually had a team. Yeah, so the afternoon group was called Shine. It was like some weird kanji that no one could read.
It's Kirameku, which means to shine.
Yeah. And then the night group is called fucking
Namba Ichiban Tai.
Namba Ichiban Tai.
Yeah. I'm looking at a different thing, that's why I couldn't see it. But yeah, so what did they say to Namba Ichiban Tai instead of Go Team In? Is it Go?
I think Go Ichiban Tai.
Okay, sounds right.
They had to squeeze it in.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much, yeah, that part, like, pre-encore is the same stuff. Yeah, Kitaga Genji is a banger. Yumi wa Niginai, actually, I got chills again from that. That song, I think, it's really, like, it's like the new Station No Lap Time.
It's the Riona song.
Nah, it's the new gen. And I think they're now, like, they solved the Sayaka problem now. Like, they did this at 10th anniversary as well with the Gambaro.
Yeah, instead of Sayaka's Gambare, all the members just shout Gambaro.
Yeah.
It's like, let's like work hard.
Let's do our best, yeah.
Rather than someone else telling you do your best.
Do your best. Do your job. Like, okay, we're doing our job. Yeah, and then their encore, they did Melon Juice was their opening, which that's a banger.
Yeah.
It's a banger of a starter. And then they had the Akarin Memorial Corner. Yeah. They had the Akarin Memorial Corner with this is a song that Misaki did, right? Recently. So this is the Akarin Yoshida Akari. Her fucking song she does for the graduation. Do you no. Geoff, you know this.
Oh, Yume ni iro ga nai to you.
Yeah. And one more, I can't remember.
Udate Nai Choyo, I think.
No. That was the night one.
Kimi to Niji to Tayoto. Which is from the T9 stage. So that was feels for me.
And then on the flip side for the night group, they opened up with Flying Git, which I don't think as much of a banger compared to Melon Juice. Head to head, I put Melon Juice over Flying Git. But then they did the fucking like Nagisa Memorial Corner with Kimi no Deate Kawata. And then they cheated with Bokodate Nai Choyo. Like, how do you guys?
Yeah.
So like, aside from Flying Git, like, you guys' encore was way better. Like, if you guys had Melon Juice instead, that would have kicked Shine's ass completely. Like, flawless victory. Oh yeah, so we didn't talk about the cast for the night group though. but Arda is really into it because of Wakapon and Marin.
The night one is there are Marin, Wakapon, Shinshin,
Yeah,
Reiko,
Mew,
Miu, Kohatan, Kotosama,
Sadharu.
Setaru, yeah, Anju, Zion, Yunanan, and the last one.
Did you say Wakanya?
Anon.
Oh,
On
Anon and Wakanyan.
yeah, Xeon. That's split up.
Yeah.
Like from that list though, I think like was it Wakapon and Mew?
Yeah.
And I guess
Setaru is mainly like
and I guess
Wakapon.
Sadharu are probably like your super strong ones.
Yeah, in my opinion, when I saw the cast, I thought the average popularity for Shine was higher, but then Ichiban Tai had like Wakapon as like the top one out of everyone, and then like Mew. So Ichiban Tai felt more like imbalanced, I guess. And then
yeah.
They also have better setlist though compared to Sign 1.
Yeah. yeah. So yeah, and then both groups did double encores. And so the afternoon group did Gatsuki Girls as their double encore song, which is a good call. I think it was a good double encore song.
Yeah.
But then the night group they cheated again. And they did Kitagawa Genji as your double encore. Yeah, you can't beat that.
With Reiko like hyping up the song.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so there's no way beating that. Like, this is legal, you can't do that. Yeah. So then there was a whole like fan vote between these two teams. Basically if you bought tickets for the show, you would get a vote for each ticket. And then there was also a vote done on 17 Live. If you registered an account, and then the results came out, and Namba Ichiban Tai was the winner, and I was like, if I was rigged, is rigged. But objectively speaking, they definitely had like the better set list. That's why I'm going by, not so much like performance wise. And I think Geoff had a good point. I think he mentioned it in Discord, where like, the neutral fan probably thought the Namba Ichiban Tai was probably the better performance.
Well, I haven't watched it, the second one yet, actually, so I can't say. But I mean, from what I've heard, like a lot of comments have said, "Oh, the second show was better overall." Because a lot.
There was also Wakapon speech during the night one.
Yeah, she said like "urusai."
Urusai.
Yeah.
About like.
So, yeah.
About like how the young members aren't like reliable or something.
Oh, okay.
So she's like, "No, Urusai will show you." And then Reiko MC, of course.
Yeah.
But then,
So I think we kind of got like a repeat of like the non-battle, like where we felt like Mixed Juice or well, Kumar did win in the end, but like the really like popular, super popular, what we perceived would be the super popular team with like all the heavy hitters, they end up not doing as well as the quote unquote underdog. So I think Team Wakapon was the underdog team.
no, I think I mean, it's only 1-on-1, and I think it's close overall. It's just the balance is different.
I guess I'm more biased because I felt like there's more members I like on Team 1 than Team 2.
Yeah. But Kato,
but even then, like, you think
Kato wasn't Shine, but she didn't win.
Yeah, I thought also.
That's why I thought Kato, Fua, Mighty, as like top members, right? Or I guess performing and stuff.
Yeah, it depends how you look at it. I mean, the members themselves.
But we also had Misaki, so that probably like brought us down like so many levels.
Misaki did well, so she was.
Yeah, she didn't do too bad.
She was praised by the staff.
She didn't run across the stage in the wrong position.
I mean, one thing that the members called themselves Shine because the afternoon group, they felt that they had more like upbeat, happy, like energetic members, whereas Ichiban Tai said they were like more adult and calm. so they would go for like the sexiness in their songs.
Mm.
So they know their strengths. And then I guess like I don't know. I guess Ichibantai played their strength better.
Yeah.
I mean, one unique thing also was that after these concerts, they had Hanashikai, or the review session, where the staff comes in, like tells them how the show was, and they actually streamed that live for fans to see it for the first time. So then, like Kenmotsu, if you remember, he was the one of the state. He's like the theater director of NMB, and he was one of the judges in non-battle. So he came and gave like, you know, very harsh and like specific comments about how like, oh, a lot of the members in Shine, I only saw the Shine one so far, but a lot of the members didn't look at the audience in the second floor. So like if you were watching from the second floor, you might not have felt as engaged in the concert. And then like one other big point, like Kojirin also gave some review points, as well as like another dance teacher. And another point was Shine messed up their double encore. So it was unplanned. So then like the staff has to communicate to all the members like, oh, what song they want to do. And then like the point that Shine messed up on was that when you do these double encores, you can either like do the actual dance or just like run around and jump around and wave at the audience, and they didn't like communicate on what to do. So it looked really messy when all the members entered for the double encore, and Kojin said that was like the biggest like criticism of that show. So then the evening Ichibantai, they saw that review session and they kind of knew what to focus on. So they kind of had an advantage there.
So you cheated, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah, but yeah, it's really interesting at this. Oh, I was having the same similar problems. Docomo was being really shitty. I was trying to watch it on the train with Geoff when we were leaving the venue, and I was getting like shitty connection with it. But yeah, it's nice that they actually included the review session in there. How much did you enjoy of the show, Arda?
Yeah, I think overall it's a good set list by Kojirin. And yeah, it is fun performance. And also I enjoy the encore of Namba Ichibantai, of course.
Yeah, definitely call. Yeah, especially so. Yeah, this is a contest, and the prize at stake is so at the Osaka Joe Hall Loli concert or Next Gen concert. So the winning team will now have like their own like special like corner or performance corner. So it ties into that. So I guess that's something we can add to like stuff that's happening at those concerts next month. Me and Geoff are gonna be like turning our backs against it while.
You have to do that in 2 concerts. We have to do that for Kunmart also.
Which one are you gonna watch?
or three, because I don't want to watch Miru. You just don't even show up for Miru. Actually, that's probably the one you want to watch for if you're an NM boomer, I guess. But yeah, it's fun. I really like those concerts. Okay, and then last on the 11th, it was the Kokoten concert. So Geoff was able to get an extra ticket from Andy, and so he was able to go. So he went to the night one, and then Andy went to the day one.
Mm-hmm.
I watched the day one on the 17 Live on the Shitty Shinkansen ride. Geoff, you want to tell us about your experience of watching it?
Yeah, so I was on near the back of the first floor, unfortunately, but it's still in distance to watch, see the whole stage fairly well, and then use my binoculars to make a fan cam for Chihhi. So yeah, the members for this one was like basically all the old gens, and then plus like
random new gen members.
Yeah,
like,
a few,
not all of them.
Like, few who they basically made every member appear in at least one concert in this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard. It's kind of all mixed up, but most members appeared in both Kokoten shows, and a few appeared in just one.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was basically the entire Kokoten set list, plus a couple songs at the end in the encore. So we don't really need it. I don't think we really need to go through the set list.
Yeah, it's an old set list from
same set list.
From 2013.
2012?
2012, 2013.
2014.
Yeah. We were robbed. Well, who did who did Zipper? It wasn't. We got the monkey paw wish of Zipper.
Momone, Uka, and Rei-chan.
Yeah. So I think it was. Yeah. I think it was like someone else who was supposed to be in there. Oh, we wanted Yuzu. I think that was the one we wanted. Yeah, I think so. I think it swapped Uka for Yuzu. It would have been okay.
Well, I mean, we can talk about the units, right? Actually.
Yeah, that's kind of the more interesting. Yeah. So, Kojin did Yume wa no Dead Body with, and she wasn't really playing a guitar, was she? And kind of.
I don't think so.
No,
she was holding a real guitar, but whether she was playing it is debatable.
I mean, she played she strummed some notes.
Yeah.
She did her best in 2 weeks of learning.
Yeah. Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, she said like one of the pics had Sayaka's autograph on it. So she was like fangirling about that.
Channeling Sayaka spirit through her. What was it? The dice roll game song. I forget the name of the song. That was the one that Anshu and Chihhi were in. Yeah.
Best song, best center. Because Chihhi was center. Everyone is like wondering who's going to be in which song, right? So then Chihhi has done Onyu a lot before, but I think this is her first time doing Nanda mo Nerai, but I liked it. Then the others, at least in the night show, were Shion and Yumin and Anju. And I don't know, overall I felt some members fit the songs really well, but then some, clearly were kind of just shoved wherever there was still space. But that's kind of always the case with theater shows. So I think, Onyu, I mean, is pretty obvious to pick Kokona and Miru, because this is Miru's original unit, I think. And then Kokona did it, I know for sure, in the previous Team N in the Mokugekisha stage.
Also, she did it during Lapis Arc concert, I think, last year, online concert.
Yeah, and then for the night show, that was Renatan. Konosekai was, it was Nagisa and Yuzu. And then the filler members were Reiko and Shiori in the day show, and then Mion and Anon in the night show. So this was Nagisa's first time ever doing Kokoten, actually. But I think she fits Konosekai quite well. Yeah, and then we talked about Zipper. I think these were the obvious sexy member choice.
Yeah,
it was the least surprising one.
And there's also the Moetotsu no Tenshi. So IP and was it Mochan the other one? Or just was IP both of them?
No, Mochan was the day, and then IP was at night.
Yeah. That's what I meant. To do the encore, little chat thing. Yeah, good old show.
And
sucks that everyone. This was basically the NM Boomer show.
Yeah, that's why it was
a lot of old fans.
It was so hard to win.
Yeah,
even Andy applied for this just because Miru's in it.
Yeah, and then resale tickets were not easy to come by. They're all girl section seats only or something like that,
or 10 times the price.
Yeah, I'm I didn't want to bother that shit, so I went home. Took my ball and went home. As far as I'm concerned, there was only one concert, and it was on Saturday, so I only went there for one concert. The other concerts are fake. All right, yeah, those were the Zepp Osaka Bayside concerts. Kind of getting us warmed up for the Hatsunatsu concerts next month. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna take a quick break and we'll be back to talk about some more events and some news. So stay tuned. All right, and we are back. Okay, so next we have some more events to talk about. So this was on the Japanese national holiday Umi no Hi, or Sea Day or Marine Day, depending on your interpretation, which is on July 22nd. So yeah, just very recently, a few days ago. And yeah, they did the Umi no Hi special series of shows. And so for this, they did 4 shows at the NMB Theater. They did 2, I don't know how to call them, like not even really tapings. I guess maybe tapings might be the right word. It's a show. They did You Got It NMB 48. They did two showings of that with different members, and then they did 2 of like the Shinkigeki like no script improv comedy shows. They did two performances of that with different members, and they were all at the NB Theater. And Geoff tricked me into going to these. So because like normally, like you know, the Yugata stuff is done at the Yes Namba Theater, like the actual Yoshimoto Theater. And Geoff tricked me. He's like, "Hey Matt, you should go to this because it's the only way you're gonna be able to go to the NB Theater and see something."
You actually believed in that?
Maybe. Well, somehow I ended up getting tickets for it and going there. So yes, I do believe it now. So yeah, because they were announced like a week before, and I happen to have just happened to be really lucky with like getting it, because how these, unlike the normal concert ticket stuff, like which are like through lottery. These are actually like first come first serve, and so it's done on like the Yoshimoto Fanny ticket site. And so at 7:00 p.m. starts, you can start buying your tickets, and basically you can see like what number your ticket is, and that is what your seat will be, and they let you in, and the seat is like numerically assigned. So if you get in really early, you could have a really low number, which means you're in the front of the audience, and if you get in late, you get a really high number, and you're in the back of the room. So yeah, I did 2 of those shows because there's 2 members I wanted to see. So the first one was for the You Got It NMB 48 show, in which Hirakata was present for that. But that one actually, I think it was the first one to sell out completely. The other ones, they took a while to sell out, and then 2 of them actually didn't sell out at all. But that one was hard to get because Miru was also in attendance for that show. Yeah. But yeah, this was You Got It NMB, which is like their monthly like variety comedy show that they do with some Yoshimoto comedians. So this one's hosted by Long Coat Daddy. And yeah, so I went to that, and it was a lot of fun watching it. I had a pretty close seat. I was like number 75 or whatever, so I was like 4th row from the front, but my seat was on the far left side, so which means I was kind of seated more towards the direction of the members. But Hirakata was on the far back side, far right side, and Miru was standing in between us. So Miru was blocking my view completely of Karen during the whole show. So I couldn't really get the recognition from her. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It was really funny. Other members there were let's see, Shinchan, Koto-chan. No. Oh wait, I have a pen thing here on Discord with this. Where is it? Here it is. Yeah, so that first show, it had Miru, Shinchan, Kotone, Harukaran, Reiko, and Amiru. Okay, yeah. And Reiko ended up being the MVP, ended up being Usagi's new Oshiman. Did the Yoshin from Miki to Reiko that day?
Yeah, I think he's gonna Oshihen every episode.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. But yeah, Karen didn't really do that well. I think like she's not really good at like improv comedy. You know, she's funny and she's weird, but I think that's kind of her gimmick is her weird thing.
Because all she does is say "pito pito."
Yeah. So like there were a couple of jokes that like didn't really do that well, and like they actually had to like kind of like feed her some lines to actually get her to deliver a joke to actually pass one of the challenges. I thought Kotane was probably my favorite of that, 'cause she had a really good joke with the prompt was like, what's like something surprising like you'd say to a fan, or a fan would say to you at like a Hanashikai or Akushikai, and her answer was like, oh, you look like a paper airplane or something. That made me laugh really bad. Really hard. But yeah, that was fun. So yeah, there's that. And so in between like these shows at the theater, they also had these shows on YNN. So literally it was like kind of like it was really busy. So at 12 o'clock, right after that first show, YNN had some 7th Gen members. They had IP, Misaki, and Wakanyan, and these were called the Ocean View something live stream, where like they're all like dressed up like in like Hawaiian shirts and pretend like they're like at the beach or whatever, and it's just some like
they were in like some hotel lobby next to like the port of Osaka.
Yeah.
You can see like cranes and stuff in the back.
Yeah, and like also like the lighting is really bad because it's like backlit with the sun behind them, so it's all like kind of washed out colors and stuff. But just kind of just chatting and talking about random stuff. Like there's like a random ranking of favorite things. But it was really funny. So like IP and Misaki and with Wakanyan, like Misaki kept on like correcting their English whenever they tried saying stuff. And that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
But that's kind of it. Then there was another You Gotta show that I didn't go to, but it had Kokona, Kaito, Mion, Yuzu, Shiori, and Hasa. And I didn't get to watch it, but I saw some like screenshots of it or whatever. And that one looked like it was a lot funnier to watch because they had like some like write the animals in English challenge or something. And it was like they gave points for just writing the animal. It didn't have to be correct. It didn't have to be spelled correctly. Yeah. So it was like elephant with an F or something.
And also they gave Shiori like 100,000 points for writing zoo. Because I guess there's lots of animals in there.
That's pretty good.
And also Kokona introduced Yuzua as NMB Graveyard Queen for this.
Oh.
Yukata.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because like they introduced like they could do like a little like introduce. Did the second group do this with Onko Daddy? Like
yes, yeah.
Introduce NMB to okay. Cool. Yeah. Anyway, that looked like it would have been fun to go to. But instead, I was enjoying some traditional Osaka food. Taco Bell at Dotonbori.
On the border.
Yep. Yeah. So then next was another wine and stream. This one had Yunanan, Mighty, and Koharu. There's some more. Yeah, some more. Kind of same as the last stuff.
Yeah, there's a total of like 10.5 hours of NMB.
Yeah, NMB content.
And I had it on all day. I was doing chores during the wine and 7th Gen, so I was like half listening.
Mm. Yeah, and these were all being streamed. Like even like the Yukata stuff, like it was all on the Fanny website, which had been using lately as well. And it's just really cheap. So like the Yukata stuff is like 640 yen to watch those, and YNN subscription of like 1,100 yen to watch all those. Yeah. And then the next show, this is the one I watched, was the Shinkigeki improv comedy show,
so
which had
they did this for the first time last
2 months ago,
late
almost?
May or something, when there was no audience allowed at the theater.
Yes. Yeah. So which is. Yeah, we talked about it before, though, yeah. So, like, they do a bunch of improv games, and then they do, like, a 30-minute, like, mini play or whatever. In this case, though, it was 40 minutes. Where that'd be completely improvised, no script or anything, and kind of, like, resolve the story within the time limit. Fun. So the cast that was on here originally was Wakapon, Yumin, Anchu, Nanaho, Sadharu, Rei, Marin, and Mirai. But then 2 days before the show, it was the news came out that Anchu was going to be absent that day. So literally the one reason I wanted to go see the show, she ditched me on this. But you know, it's still good. Like Wakapon's good. Who was it? Oh, Marin stole the show, I think, for me. Marin and Mirai, they're both pretty good. So they had like different roles, and so like Mirai was like a fisherman, like a happy-go-lucky fisherman that hunts sharks with a shotgun. And she'd always like point it at everyone, looking like really like smiling.
Insane.
Yeah. Yeah. Rei was she messed up the whole time. She was supposed to be a 4th grader, but she ended up calling herself a 1st grader.
1st grader.
But still funny, yeah. Yeah, and then Marin was this police officer. At first, like we thought she like kind of was really quiet and kind of awkward.
Yeah.
But then she like just started just acting by like with actual actions rather than speaking. So like she's a cop, and she's always holding out a gun, pointing at it wherever she walks. And she's like, "Yeah, I'm patrolling." And they're like, "Why are you patrolling with your gun out?" Yeah, but then eventually she has 2 guns. And like so, the whole thing was really funny.
Oh, she used gun and sword, katana in the end.
Yeah, she has 2 guns, and then she also had like a katana in the end. I was expecting her to like go like double-handed with guns, and then like have the katana like in her mouth, but she didn't actually do that. But and then Yumi had a gun at some point, so it basically is like America in a nutshell. It's like too many guns. But yeah, it was really fun to watch. They made it work. Okay, and then they had another wine and show with Mo-chan, Zeon, and Fuwa. This is the Power Hour. I think they talked about Among Us. They all liked Among Us. Zeon still hasn't played it yet. And then they did the last of the comedy shows, which had Anon, Miki, Reina, Uka, Chihhi, Kojiri, Yuina, Shion. I didn't watch that, so I don't actually know how that.
This was the best show, clearly.
I didn't watch it yet because it was the best one. I didn't want to ruin myself. So that was the one like Geoff. People would have gone if he wanted to commit to the bit.
If you had told me earlier, I could have gone and, like I would have been like at my computer to buy like first row tickets. Then maybe that would have been worth it. Yeah, I don't know. After watching it, it was super funny. So I kind of regret not going.
Yeah, especially because it's in the theater. So like it's kind of a rare opportunity to actually go to that. And like in the theater, like pretty much every seat is pretty good, except for the island on the far left, which I was lucky not to get that. Because you're gonna be, it's like at the theater, you'll be closer there than you will be ever at any other concert.
Were there gaijin beside you, Matt?
The what?
Were there gaijin?
Were there gaijin beside you?
I did not recognize any. I wouldn't know. But actually, going to the theater is kind of weird. So like, kind of sidetrack, going on a little tangent here. So I have the ticket. So it's like the fanny ticket, and so you have to like write your name, phone number, and email address on the back. And I guess it's for like COVID tracking or whatever. So it's kind of weird. They only had like 2 pins on his table outside and a long line outside before actually you go down the stairs. And basically you had to show them the ticket that you had your name and stuff written on it before they let you go downstairs. And then downstairs inside the lobby, they had more tables with pens to write your name and phone number. But for some reason they keep on checking your name, make sure your name's on there. I'm like, it was really dumb. I was confused at first because I was like, oh, like I scanned the QR code because they had that out there, and like, oh no, you need to write your name. I'm like, oh, okay.
So, yeah, it's just stupid security theater, hygiene theater.
Yeah, and then make it even more dumber. So like, I had a couple bags with me, and normally like in the theater, like you're not allowed to bring in like big bags, and so the lockers were like they had the tables like blocking the lockers. So I'm like, can I use the locker to put my stuff in there? And like, oh no, you can't. I'm like, well, can I bring my stuff in there? And like, yeah, whatever, sure. So I am bringing in like these 2 bags in the theater. So that was kind of weird. But luckily, like I was like at the end of the aisle, so I was able to actually have enough leg room for the first show. And I think actually on the Fanny site, you could have bought like up to 4 tickets at once. So actually, you could have, if I did tell you, you could have probably done it better and hooked me up. But also, the next day we had Hanashikai, so I don't want to stay this late. That's why I only stayed for that third show.
Yeah, it was for me. It was that plus I had just gone to Osaka twice in the past month already. one already stupid thing, which was going for Hirapa, watching 2-minute VRs.
Yeah.
I mean, if you had told me like beforehand, like, oh, would you rather go for Hirapa or this show? Like, I would pick this show.
Yeah, we didn't know the show existed until like a week ago, though.
Yeah, they really need to announce this sooner.
And yeah, like same with like the Zepp thing. Yeah.
I mean, we're happy to have events again.
Yeah,
but,
I think and that's actually, I was like very 50-50 on those concerts because I was like, we already have the trip coming up in August. I don't want to spend more money and go on another thing. But then also, like, I saw like the Corona numbers are going up, and I'm like, oh shit, are they gonna like cancel the concert? Like, again, because like, the numbers were getting up. Obviously, it's mostly just Tokyo, but Osaka, they'll get scared too, and they'll follow suit
anymore. And all the restrictions are arbitrary.
Yeah. So that's kind of my inspiration. Okay, fine, I'll do the Zepp thing because it may be my chance to go to a concert this summer. But it seems like we're in the clear. I mean, they're already rehearsing. They even said like at the Yugata show that they were like they started rehearsals for that show.
I don't know. Yoshimura doesn't care.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we have 3 weeks to go. And then, they did one more wine-in show with IP again, Anju and Mew. But the thing that came out of this, they actually announced some news for this, and that is the wine-in camp is going to be held this year again, and it's going to be on August 29th. And it is entitled Wine-in 7 Camp War, in which it's going to feature the 7th Gen members, so all 11 7th Gen members, and then an equal number of Senpai members, so non-7th Gen members. Actually, this is Senpai, which, I mean, could it be just non-7th Gen members, or are we going to get, like, well, actually, there's not enough Senpai members left, I think, to be 11, if you count, like, just the 10. So, yeah, probably will just be non-7th Gen. But that'll be interesting. That looks fun. Looking forward to that. That's on Wine-In. And if you don't know what the Wine-In camp is, it's like a really long like live stream they do at like a school or like a house or something. And it's like 6 hours long or 8 hours long, something stupid long. They do it every summer. It's a lot of fun stuff. Like last year, it was all like video game themed. Like they played a bunch of fake video games. That's where like the crab you mean came from.
It's basically a shorter version of the 24 hours, but then like all outdoors.
Outdoors, yeah.
So then it's extra janky because there's like more internet connection problems.
Yeah.
But I think the 7th Gen, so we're kind of like predicting like what they might do. Like we hope, we expect, and we also hope they might do like some kind of like Among Us thing maybe. But I don't know, that's kind of weird because it's not outdoors necessarily. But you can probably still figure that out. They could be inside when they have dinner.
Kind of like real life hide and seek Among Us.
Yeah, I mean, that's just werewolf, right? Oh yeah, they do like a water fight. I think they always do a water fight, right?
Yeah.
And then like a barbecue. So yeah, it's fun. Highly recommend checking that out. If you are interested in watching some NMB content. Yeah. But yeah, as Geoff said, yeah, it's 10.5 hours of like NMB content on that day. So for the wine and live streams and the comedy stuff. So a whole lot of stuff if you want to watch NMB stuff.
And I just want to add, the comedy thing is really good. Like these are actually the comedians from Shinkigeki, which is one of Yoshimoto's premier comedy shows.
Yeah.
And the members like get a lot of training in terms of like comedy, which NMB has also always emphasized. Like doing improv is pretty difficult, so the members like take it really seriously and want to do well. and they themselves are really honored to be able to work with these comedians. And so unfortunately, it's like not really, it hasn't, the tickets didn't sell out for the actual show in the theater, and then the online stream only had like 250 viewers for each show. So yeah, I don't know if like I mean I'm excited for it because, you know, I there's members I want to see in it, but I don't know if the like NMB official account hasn't been promoting it well enough or something like that.
Yeah, it's super rushed. Like again, yeah, like you have 1 week to figure it out, and then
yeah, well, that's for like if you want to attend in person. But then even the stream, like it's not the cheapest, but then you can, I don't know. I wish they could figure out some way to boost the numbers, because I'd like to see this happen more.
Oh yeah, because the stream was like 1,600 yen, and actual like in-person ticket was like 4,000 yen.
Yeah,
a little pricey, but yeah, I mean you're in the theater, so it's different. But yeah, I think the show is like really good because like, if you like improv comedy, like the show, like whose line is it anyway, and that kind of stuff, it's recommend checking it out.
Yeah, I mean, with the members, like they're not professional comedians, they're still idols, but I mean, so they're not. It's not perfect. It's not like not every line is, you know, hilarious.
Yeah.
It's endearing. They're trying hard.
And that's what being an idol's all about.
Yes.
I like the one skit they did, like the warm up they did where it's like a student teacher at a company. And I think it's Haru and Ray. This is in the first show. And it's like, okay, like the teacher is like one of the comedians, and they're like, okay, Haru, what do you want to do at the company? It's like, she's like, oh, I want to use a computer. It's like, okay, hands her a computer, she starts typing. It's like, oh, Josu, good job. That's funny. And then Ray's like, oh, what do you want to do?
That's like a real Japanese company.
Yeah, right. And then Ray, what do you want to do? And she's like, oh, I want to marry the company president. It's like, yeah.
The best line for me was Chihhi. So there's Kojirin. Chihhi was like the policewoman, and then there's Kojirin, and then there's an actor guy named Oshima, and then Chihhi's like, I don't know if it's Oshima or Kojima, but one of you're under arrest.
That's funny. That reminds me, I think one of the comedians like messed up Ray's name because she called her Uenishi. But yeah, the one guy, Kento is his name. He's kind of like the short guy I really like that guy. He was really funny. He was like the grandpa in the first show.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just really fun. Highly recommend just checking that out. Yeah. Okay. And then some kind of last things we'll talk about when it comes to events is Hanashikai. So it's Hanashikai season now for NMB. They've been doing them since July. So if you didn't get tickets yet, it's too late. But yeah, we could talk about some of the stuff. We have some experiences we had the past. We actually had some today, the day we're recording this. I have a couple of juicy secret stuff that I didn't include in my reports on Twitter. And one of them is kind of newsworthy and it involves a certain member. It involves Anshu. So I had Hanashikai with her. So she had her Seitansai last week or whatever, a couple weeks ago. And so there's Hanashikai before her birthday show. And I was like, oh, your birthday show's coming up. I'm looking forward to it. She's like, yeah. But I'm also kind of worried. I remember like last year you posted like a Mobame saying like, oh yeah, you can watch my birthday show without worrying about any kind of announcement or anything bad. So like, you'll be powered up for this show. And I told her like, oh yeah, I really like that Mobame you sent last year. Do you think you're going to be sending a Mobame like that this year? And she's like, I wonder. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's all I need to know. Say no more.
And she got like,
and then she got really like
silent.
Yeah, she got really quiet, really awkward, and is like, "Oh, okay. Well, I try to change the subject. Oh, hey, I really like your World to People performances," and like she's like not listening to me anymore, just kind of yeah. And I'm like, oh shit. It was like, oh man, this is bad news bears. And then like then her actual like Seitan-sai happened. And I mean I was calling this for years. That not even years, it was like months maybe. Especially considering like, you know, all the cards were lining up. Okay, yeah, she was gotten to Senbatsu, so like okay, that's like your last thing like on your bucket list if you're an NMB. And you're like not that popular and you've been in the group for like 9.5 years. Just like basically everything was like she was being really weird lately. And I'm like, okay. And she was talking about like wanting to start up like a premium membership, like a Patreon thing. And I'm like, okay, this is like just like not like this is not sounding good if you are hoping on she's still in NMB. So anyway, her Seitan-sai happened, her birthday show happened. Then it gets to the speech and it's not really going the way I was expecting. It's just kind of just saying stuff. I kind of blame Ryan. Yeah, and so yeah, she did not announce graduation, and so actually we have no graduation announcements this month on Takoyaki Party. The curse is broken. Hurrah! Yeah, I blame Ryan though, because he's like, when has a member ever announced graduation at her birthday show in NMB? I'm like, damn it, Ryan, you're right.
I don't know, but like I don't know, it just feels like that would be where they announce it now, because I mean they are doing more theater shows lately, but
yeah,
I don't know, for a while there's like no other shows, so then you felt like every like Kanmuri Live or like a Seitan-sai was like a red flag.
Even Shion had like another show or whatever, and she didn't graduate. She didn't announce graduation. What was that? That was today or yesterday. The talk show, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if Shion's not gonna announce it, then yeah, I guess it's still like, you know, anyone's game, I guess, right? No one's. Don't expect the expected, I guess. Especially with Anchu, she's like incredibly unpredictable. Like for fuck's sake, she'll probably announce at the Hatsunatsu concert.
She's not big enough for that.
Hey, she'll make it big enough, I think. But yeah, so I guess that's like kind of this weird like relief, but also like, yeah, it's still going, yeah. And then like they had a Hanashikai later, and I just didn't touch on it at all. Like trying to pretend nothing happened, and it was okay. But then I also got cursed. I cursed myself again because I told her like before the comedy show week or whatever, like, oh hey, I got tickets for the comedy show. I'm looking forward to seeing you. And she's like, oh cool. Like not excited at all. And then 2 days later, she's like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna be at that show. Like, ah, fuck you, aren't you?
She sat out because she knew you were coming.
Yeah. So moral of the story is like, don't tell your Oshis that you're going to things because they'll disappoint you. Also, don't tell them you care either. Gotta be soon today with them. Unless your Oshi's Harakara, and then she'll be really happy to hear it. It's like their night and day.
That just means Anchu's not good at fan service.
Yeah. Or she gives it like in her own way. So there's that. Do you guys have any highlights from your Hanashikai reports? You went to Uina for the first time properly.
So after the Wink one, even though that was like 10 seconds, and Uina was really fun, like being super loud and excited.
Yeah, she's like Anchu Jr.
But more coherent.
Yeah, that's I agree with that.
So I got some tickets for her, and she was good. She was fun. She did like maid cosplay, not maid, like waitress cosplay, and I like drew a menu on like a sketchbook and pretended, what do you recommend at this cafe? And she really got into it.
Yeah.
So I may be getting more.
Oh shit!
No.
Until I run out of food stuff to talk about with her.
You can never run out of food. Worst case scenario, if you do start running out of food, just start talking about like American food or whatever.
As long as
or like
she
other
keeps
country foods.
posting it.
Cool,
Yeah,
cool.
I mean, yeah, I kind of don't really want to start. I don't want to oshi anyone to the level of Chihhi after Chihhi, because it takes a lot of time to build up to this level. But I don't know. After Chihhi graduates, I could see myself like maybe doing a little bit of like Nanaho, Yuina, Hanashikai.
You become me, and you just get members for the convenience sake, because then you don't have to wait that long for. So you learned now you appreciate the trick.
But I'm not gonna get it. I'm not gonna get it in every slot just for that.
Oh yeah, I mean it's also like I don't get every Harakan ticket slot either. Like I get like 1 or 2 a day at most, and then hope try to line up with another member so that I can wait not that long. Because as you guys learn, like if you get like one member, and you have like 2 tickets, 3 tickets, and you end up waiting like 30 minutes for like a 30-second call or 45-second call, so it's not that worth it. Whereas if you get 2 members in one slot, then you only have to wait like 5 to 10 minutes or so, and then it's not so bad.
Yeah, I just don't really like that 5-minute gap between the members, because you have to like mentally switch.
Yeah, it's kind of awkward. It gives me a chance to check the recording and make sure it looked okay. No, what?
We don't condone such illegal activities.
Yeah, what? I think we're being hijacked or something. So Arda, I think so. I guess you had some trouble with Wakapon. I guess this weekend, like she.
Yesterday Wakapon had to absent because of her health.
Yeah.
Thankfully, she was back today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seems healthy enough.
Yeah. And then I guess also like one of the Hanashikais was actually on her birthday.
Yeah. Last week I also prepared birthday cake for her.
Ooh.
Nice.
And sang happy birthday.
Oh, nice.
In Indonesian.
No, in English.
Oh. Is there an Indonesian version of it?
Yeah, there is version of it longer.
Is it like the same
English one?
Is it like the same melody, or is it just different?
Yeah, same melody.
Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. I think I did that for Harakarns. I had that for it might have been AKB one they did. Yeah, this year. It was actually it AKB? Yeah, or it was NMB. It was makeup. It was makeup from her other ticket I had from 2020. I think Like I didn't make her. I went and bought a cake from like the grocery store and then covered it in frosting, and then I sung her AKB. I sang her happy birthday. But I did Peter Peters between the lines. Because like in America, you do like cha 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 sometimes in the middle of the lines. It's like happy birthday to you, Peter Peter. It's a country name. She liked it. But yeah, okay, it's cool. You guys did like an Oshi swap, didn't you?
Sorry, Oshi swap?
No.
Yeah, didn't you and Geoff both get like each other's?
I've never been.
No.
Well,
I only tried buying Chihhi. But
oh, so Geoff didn't fall through on his.
Geoff didn't buy Marin or Wakapon.
How was Chihhi?
Well, she's fun. I mean, she's kinda Nihongo Jozumi, which is kinda weird.
That's when you say you too.
She still
and also she's tried to use some English words.
Yeah, she does. She still does that to me sometimes.
She gave you she gave Geoff an ego Jozu today for reading her shirt that said English.
Her shirt had English, so I read it, and she was like, "Oh, kakoi, sugoi." But yeah, Chihhi still like says like, "Oh, cute, handsome" sometimes.
Yeah.
Or good morning.
And then like I have like the opposite with IP, where I got her ticket again because the first time was really funny. where she was like scared shitless when she saw me, and then I started speaking Japanese, and she's like, "Oh, thank God!" Like, "Oh, yokata," and then and then the exact same thing happened again, like the other day. But I also did something dumb where I brought some Starbucks. I bought some Starbucks in the morning and to show it to her, because like so in Japan they have the Jimoto Starbucks Frappuccino thing where there's a different Frappuccino in each prefecture of Japan.
Yeah, 47 variant.
Yeah, 47 variations. The Osaka one is like the mixed juice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm up in Tochigi, and their version is this like the Thunder God chocolate, and so it has like these like popping chocolate candy that like kind of crackles in your mouth when you chew on it. It is alright. It just tastes like some chocolate.
What that has to do with Tochigi, but it does sound good.
I think because there's like some like Thunder God or some shit that lives in Tochigi. I don't know.
There's like every day in summer there's thunderstorms in Tochigi.
That too. So that's probably actually the real reason. And they like put this little like mango drizzle over it to look like lightning. Yeah, I'm surprised it's not strawberry, because that's like Tochigi's like biggest thing. And then Geoff like goes to he literally goes out of his way to buy frappuccinos from other prefectures just to get them.
Yeah, during the concert weekend, I got Osaka, Hyogo, and Kyoto. And then today I got Tokyo during my lunch break between Hanashikai.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Because I'm just one stop away from Tokyo.
Yeah, because you're in Saitama. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the Saitama one?
It's like grapefruit and citrus. It's not bad. It's very light. It's not like heavy and creamy like the others.
Okay.
You wouldn't like it. It's like kind of.
I hate grapefruit, so
because it has like little bits of the fruit rind in it.
But yeah, so yeah, that's the Starbucks minute.
Sponsored by IP.
Brought to you by IP. And then I did another. Actually, I had a really busy day last week where I had some Hanashikais, and then they do these kind of meetings that you can do with the theater manager. Talk about stuff or whatever. So I actually signed up for one of those with the NMB theater manager, Kaneko, or Cameron, as he's also known. Let's talk about some stuff. And in the heat of the moment, I thought, oh, it went really well. I think I made what I wanted to say understandable. They understood what I wanted. Well, in the moment, it did. Upon further review, I realized it wasn't actually. I didn't really accomplish anything other than talk to them. But so that was over Zoom, which actually was kind of nostalgic because it reminded me of what they used to do a year ago. With how waiting in pure silence and darkness until they let you in. Yeah, so talk to Cameron, and there's another staff guy to talk about some stuff involving the theater and me. And yeah, that's kind of the gist of what I'll give to you. I don't want to go into too much detail. It kind of felt like a good cop, bad cop situation where the staff guy is kind of all business, and then Cameron just started make you feel comfortable and stuff. So I started asking me about my Oshimen and stuff. And,
yeah.
All this other stuff, which is fun.
So Ryan always says this theater manager room is just for people to complain about why their Oshis aren't in Senbatsu.
Mm-hmm.
So and then he always says Cameron as the theater manager doesn't really do anything except keep everyone happy, make the fans happy, make the members happy. He's
the mascot or something, whatever.
How many seconds was that?
So when you sign up, it says it'll be about 2 to 5 minutes long, and so mine ended up being about 6 minutes long though. I think just because it felt like there was no real structure or whatever. I come in, I'm like, hi, and they're like, hi, and then I'll expect them to be okay, hey, what brings you here today? But there's nothing. I'm like, okay, fine, I'll just get the business and explain what's happening. And then after I finished that, then me and Cameron are small talking for goddamn 3 minutes, 4 minutes,
and then
unrelated to my issue. And then
they hold up a sign saying thank you, please
thank
leave
you, yeah.
now.
yeah. So anyway, it looks like I'll probably be needing to do another meeting with him. Next time they do this, they do these not too frequently. like in the now times, because they do it like once per like single cycle, I guess. Like the last one I think was in February or January. And this one was this one time only. They in the before times they used to do these kind of meetings like at the venues, at the actual handshake events, and they were usually done like they're both done at like the NMB individual ones as well as like the all 48 group ones, and you could like book a time slot. And those I think were also similar, like only supposed to be a couple minutes long, and I think they're a lot more sensitive with the time, I guess. Like they try to kick you out as soon as possible because they have like
there's a line of people outside.
There's a line of people, and I think they only have like 15 minutes or 30 minutes or so per manager. Yeah, so I wish that's probably the one disadvantage of like not having like in-person events, in my opinion, is you don't really have like this ready access to it. Anyway, that was an experience. They're definitely probably, I would say, pretty high level. Like if you don't know any Japanese, don't fucking bother with this. Don't like just book a call just to say hi to Cameron. That's it. I mean, you could, but it's like wasting everyone's time.
Would they accept your application for it if you just wanted to say hi?
Because it's like there's not really any whole lot to that application either. It's just a Google form that you fill out and then put your name and an email and what time you want to do it. There's a little space to talk about like something about the theater, but it doesn't have to be related to your actual call. And I guess if there's too many applicants, they have to do an actual lottery to let people in. But yeah, that was an experience. Okay, and then let's get into some news. We have some news here. Not a whole lot of news. We filled it up just before starting the podcast, but we're gonna kind of like go rapid fire with it. First, Wakapon news is back. It's not actually back. We just have a lot of news about Wakapon. So she on her YouTube channel, she's playing through Final Fantasy VII Remake, and she's
on PS5.
On PS5, yeah. So actually, Final Fantasy VII Remake, I think Intergrade is the full title. Yeah, and she's fallen in love with Tifa.
Well, she met Jesse yesterday.
Yeah, she got really. Then she started falling for Jessie because of like the special scene that you do, the little like sequence you do with her. Yeah, we'll see. And then also, Aerith is coming, so we'll see. It's really fun though. She like is just really like into Tifa. I think people started saying like, "Oh, you should do some Tifa cosplay sometime." I think she like was starting to like get ideas. 'Cause I think she did like a birthday stream after one of her videos, and people were like donating like money to her cosplay fund.
Someone donate around 10,000 yen.
Oh my god!
Oh, yeah. Like $100
for Tifa cosplay.
Yeah, so that's cool. It may take a while for her to get through that whole game. We'll see. Next, Wakapon has this Rakugo drama on social media. Is it on Twitter or was it?
It will be on Twitter and YouTube.
YouTube. So and these are videos, right?
Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. They will post it there.
And it's like her and like some other like random like influencers maybe. I think a bunch of random people. Yeah. Like there's like that one like foreign guy who like speaks Japanese and stuff on Twitter.
Yeah. Mr. Yabatan.
Yabatan, yeah. He's on it for some reason. But like Wakapon's like on it for like 2 seconds or something really stupidly short, right?
She will play I think as a Rakugo player and doing battle with the main protagonist.
Oh, okay.
From the trailer, it's like these 4 influencer kids got like gathered together and they have to learn Rakugo, and then I guess Wakapon will be one of the like experienced Rakugo people. But that's
interesting.
That's good for her, like continuing to like get work related to the Rakugo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's going to be on July 28th. So look to that. I presume it's all free because it's on social media?
Yeah, it's free on YouTube. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Cool. And then, another piece of Wakapon news. She's going to be producing a theater show on July 30th.
this is a continuation of the Kinoshita
Momoka.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, so we know the member cast, but we don't know the content. I assume it'll be similar.
Yeah.
Probably similar, yeah. Different members than last time, though. So we have Wakapon. So Wakapon's actually going to be in it, then. Wakapon, Yumin, Koharu, Nanaho, Kojin, Kaito, Rei, Marin, Shinshin, Yuina, Mighty, Anju, Reiko, Shiori, Momone, Miu. Yeah, so different cast than usual. Wonder if Wakapon and Koharu will do a thing together.
I just want the continuation of Wakapon and Nanaho's relationship.
Yeah. Anyway, that's something to look forward to. That's a fear show, but I think it's also being streamed on. It's also being streamed on Fanny also.
Yeah, it's on Fanny.
Okay, cool. Geoff is gonna take care of this. It's Chihhi and Momone on Okawari Conto TV.
Yeah, so this was like a one-shot comedy show of Conto, which are like short comedy skits. So Long Coat Daddy, the hosts of Yugata, are actually famous for Conto, like doing these skits more so than the typical Japanese stand-up comedy manzai. So there's like a TV special of Conto, and apparently like these like Conto shows used to be very popular in Japan, but not so much anymore. But this is like a one-off special because Long Coat Daddy is kind of like a rising star comedians. So it was them and a couple other comedy pairs or trios, and then Chihhi and Momone. It was like a high school setting. So like Chihhi and Momone were really cute wearing their school uniforms, and they just acted in various little comedic skits. So that's available free streaming on like TVer and other like Japanese TV sites. So if you can VPN to Japan, I think you can watch it. So it's just good to see, good for both of them to like, because Chihhi wants to do acting, Momone wants to do, is doing a lot of comedy and wants to do a little bit of acting too. So good for them, for NMB management to keep pushing them in these roles.
Okay, let's see. Oh, we didn't add this, but while I was on here, there was also another Takeda Barbecue was back last, actually the day before all the comedy show stuff. Where it was like, it was a Deguchi Yuina presents Cheese Daisuke or whatever. I love cheese.
A bunch of random like Instabae cheese food, like
food with cheese on it.
Food porn.
Yeah.
Like so there's been a ton of these Takeda Barbecue episodes. But at the end of this one, they announced that they're finally going to have a real barbecue with Takeda Barbecue.
Been waiting over a year because there's been no barbecue action whatsoever. It's false advertising.
Yeah, so it's on July 31st. They're going to do it somewhere outdoors. Don't know which members are appearing yet. But maybe they'll use that Coleman set that Ayan won. So,
throwback.
This is pretty cool how like the Takeda Barbecue collab is still going on from last year, like during all the stay home streams.
Yeah. Okay, and next thing we have the 123 TV with NMB 48. So this is like a YouTube channel, right? Or some kind of show, right? They did like a show. I watched I think they did like one episode so far. With some members. They went to like some weird like indoor fishing pool.
It's I think it's a restaurant where you can like fish for the seafood and then like have it cooked.
You know what I'm thinking of, right, Geoff?
What?
Red Lobster. You don't fish for the.
This is way fresher than Red Lobster.
But don't you like you pick the lobster you want to eat at Red Lobster?
That's like for like white people, that's the most like exotic thing ever. In like any Asian restaurant, you do this. This is totally normal. So you like point at the biggest crab, like, oh, I want that one.
But for this, I guess you have to go and catch your fish yourself, and then they'll cook it and prepare it for you.
Yeah, so that was like, yeah, I don't really understand the premise of the show. And I don't really get what 123 TV is. It's like some kind of, I don't know, influencer company thing. But they picked 5 members, like Karin, Shinshin, Uka, Ray.
Yeah.
And they were like competing. I think one member is going to be like a regular host of some new show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was like totally like really cryptic. Like they had a really cryptic teaser commercial thing last week.
Yeah, and then like the first like episode came out and it's like 10 minutes long.
Yeah.
But it's like high production, high quality.
It's okay. You can tell it's like not like a full TV show quality.
Oh yeah, but it's better than like fucking.
It's better than YouTube, like a YouTuber channel.
Is it better than YNN?
Yes.
Yeah, it's better than YNN.
Yeah,
better than like their live stream stuff. Like I mean, some of their other stuff, like their
even the
like the Hirakata stuff or whatever is better, right? So.
But it's free content, so.
Yeah, so you can check that out. Yeah, 123 TV. Like all numbers, you can check it out. It's like the latest video on their channel.
Link in the description.
Yeah, if I remember. Yeah, looks cool. It seemed fun. I watched it because Karen was in it. Okay, let's see. Another thing we have here is Shiroma Miru. And she loves her favorite like anime or manga is Crayon Shinchan. She's like loved it for a very long time. They finally did a collab with her, so they actually made like her own like little caricature in the Crayon Shinchan style of Miru, and it actually is pretty cute. So she has a bunch of like stickers and towels and like badges and t-shirt. Pretty neat.
Yeah, that's really big collab because Crayon Shinchan is like one of the like biggest anime for children to watch in Japan.
Yeah. It's really weird because like it came over to the U.S. as like an adult cartoon for some reason because like it's kind of like raunchy humor.
Because he like takes off his pants and runs around.
Yeah.
And in the U.S., like, oh, genitals! Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, and then like the guy, the hero he likes, I think it's called Action Common, but it's called Action Bastard in the English dub, which is pretty funny. Yeah, but it was like on like the like Adult Swim like cartoon block with like other like cool anime stuff. Yeah, that's my exposure to Crayon Shinchan. So when I find out it's a kids show, I'm like, oh, what the hell? Okay.
Is it famous in Indonesia?
It came firstly with manga. Actually, it is adult manga.
Adult.
Then yeah, it is classified as adult manga, but then broadcast TV pick it up as Sunday cartoon, and it got famous.
Oh, really?
From there.
Do they censor it?
Yes, they censor it.
Okay.
When
he takes off his pants.
He dropped the pants.
Yeah. Yeah, because I imagine like Indonesia's like much like stricter with that stuff than even like America.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah. Anyway, I think they have a little shop for that as well.
Yeah.
To buy stuff.
This is so big that even Andy wants to buy something.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Will you be able to buy it in time for the last Hanashikai with her?
He doesn't. I don't think he cares that much to get like, oh, thank you for buying it or whatever.
You'll buy it just to have it because you think he's into it that much.
Yes.
So yeah, that's cool. Okay, and then we have another Girlspedia issue for summer 2021, and it features Chihhi, Marin, Reiko, and Shion. Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just as 4. which is like this is like a regular like kind of magazine like gravure.
Yeah, every 3
magazine.
months, there's always 4 NMB members featured. Usually, like 1 or 2 brand like members who have very little gravure experience. It's kind of the stepping stone for them.
Yeah.
So that's like Marin and Reiko.
Mm-hmm.
And Chihhi is doing this for the first time in 3 years. It's gonna be the best Girlspedia ever.
When does it go on sale?
Really?
Maybe like August. I think the previous one went on sale in May or something. So 3 months.
Okay, and then we talked about this last time, but now we have the final results of the 48 times contest, the bullshit contest that AKB makes everyone do. And so yeah, we have the final results of the Western Division, which actually the Western, like I was confused, like with like football, like the West Division and East Division.
Western Conference champions.
Yeah, like
speaking of basketball.
Yeah, like fucking Texas is considered West or something. Like what the hell? That's not. It all confuses me. But yeah. So for this, NMB did well. We didn't win, but he did okay, I guess.
Well, I think
so.
I think top 2 get the same prize, so it's effectively winning.
Okay. You just don't win the glory.
Yeah.
But yeah. So Yuzu got 2nd place in the Western Division, and Miu got 3rd place in the Western Division. Actually, it wasn't pretty close. Like so, the teammate member is actually like 4,000 votes difference, which actually, I guess,
out of 116,000.
Yeah, and then there's like a 30,000 difference between Yuzu and Miu, and then yeah, it kind of just drops from there. Actually, then there's a huge drop for 6th place with Mion, and then 7th place goes to Harukaran,
and then 10th place Mirai.
Right. Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, so yes, and so Miu got like a special like judges award.
Yeah, so I think she'll also get some kind of gravure feature.
Yeah, rigged. That's what I say.
I mean, they're taking the rising gravure stars. So this is what they want to. They want to sell subscriptions.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course, poor Karen, doesn't win. She keeps on like advertising that. She promotes that way more than like than NMB promotes their own shit. So yeah. But anyway, that's that. Okay, and then we have a few wine-in shows to talk about. So these are kind of like regular not live streams, like they're pre-produced things.
Yeah.
First
wine-in used to have a lot of stuff like this, and they used to be like going out and like filming on location, but that's like difficult to do right now.
Yeah. So instead, they set up like a fake like Japanese room and have Zeon build Gundams. So yeah, they've done a couple of these shows where like she makes a little like mini Gundam figure, because her name is Zeon, just like the Gundam thing, Zeon.
Zeon.
Is it Zeon? Actually, I think it's the actual. And it's like I watched the first one. It was like her, and then Kojin is in there with her, and like kind of helping her build it. And then there's like kind of just talking, like kind of just like shooting the shit about stuff. And then I didn't watch the second one, but Kokona is in there. Did you either of you guys watch the second one?
Nope, I didn't watch either.
You didn't watch it either. Dang, yeah. Anyway, it seems like it's like a pretty chill thing. Actually, it's kind of like a throwback to the 24-hour thing where Zeon was building a Gundam, and then Miki was like there. But like Zeon didn't really care about Miki and kept on like telling her to go away. Like, I'm fine, don't bother me. Actually, the figure that she built from the 24-hour thing actually is like on the little shelf behind her.
Oh.
So yeah, just if you're in tune with the wine-in cinematic universe, there's that.
Did she finish the whole Gundam in the first episode of this?
Yeah, it was like super like like cuts and stuff.
This
so
is super easy though.
Yeah.
The lowest grade.
Yeah, it's like it's tiny.
It's 144.
Yeah. I think she put the gun and shield on the wrong side though.
It's left-handed.
She made it. Yeah. It's whatever.
Like some Gundam nerd watching it is like, no, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, and then the other Weinen like produced show is Guitar Nagashite Kisaten, with regulars Wakanyan and Yunanan there. So basically it's like cafe. Is this like, it looks like the same cafe from that episode that Chihhi was also.
Does.
Okay. But with Wakanyan as like the barista / like bartender thing, and then Yunana is like this random like hippie. And then there's all like a guest. There's like a guest member. So I guess in the first one, Chihhi was in it.
Yeah, so it's like senpai. So far, it's been all senpai. Like Chihhi, and then Uko is the second episode, and then Yumin like posted a picture of her wearing that same like school uniform that they wear. So it's like these two just like come and ask stuff to like talk about the senpai member. For Chihhi, it was like, oh, what are you doing recently? Like, oh, I've been doing acting and I was in this play, blah blah blah. And then like, oh, I like baseball, blah blah blah. And then like at the end, Yunanan writes a song about that member.
Yeah, and it's kind of like it's like a weird song, or she actually like it's like improv acapella weird stuff.
I think she wrote it beforehand. Like she has chords and everything.
Oh, okay.
And I think Wakanyan wrote the lyrics.
All right, yeah. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, just new places for 7th gens to be featured. So like definitely YNN is pushing 7th gens really hard. It feels kind of abrupt since like last year, like the camp featured mostly 6D3, and then
they weren't revealed yet.
Yeah,
the last year's was it was 63.
And then
plus Hinacho and Anju,
and then 24 Hour
Suchan
was like Reiko and Wakapon host, and then it felt like a lot of D3 focus. And then now suddenly it's all like 7th gen.
6th gen again skipped over.
Skipping 6th gen.
Well, they're kind of skipping themselves out of NMB.
Oh. Yeah, but it's some cool stuff to check out. Yeah, and then we have a couple of upcoming, I guess, like concert performance things happening outside of the pre-announced Hatsunatsu concert stuff. So NMB will be performing at Jam on August 27th, which is like this like big like kind of like mini idol festival thing. Like, so there's like the Tokyo Idol Festival. This is like another one of those kind of things. And this I think is in Yokohama, right? Yokohama Arena or
Yokohama Arena.
Yeah. So they'll be there along with a bunch of other artists. I think some of the other 48 groups are there.
Tons of other idols like, Hello Project.
Yeah.
Lots of Chika idols.
Yeah.
NMB went to this like 2 or 3 years ago.
I thought they went there last year or 2 years ago.
Maybe 2 years ago. They kind of sent like a lower half
like
of
5
Senbatsu.
members, right? Yeah.
No. This was like Chihhi centered some songs. So this was like lower half of Senbatsu plus like some,
63 members.
Under girls.
Yeah.
As like a hardcore NMB fan, that was like an awesome lineup. But we have no idea who they're sending for this.
Yeah, and it's kind of a weird system of how that works, because I guess it's like tickets are on sale, but it's like, do you want to be in this weird like buy tickets for a show and then your favorite member's not there or whatever.
Yeah, I'm happy that NMB's coming to an event in Conto.
Yeah, that's probably the only I guess appeal from it, but then you have to be around all the other Chika Idol fans and at least it's not Tokyo Idol Festival. Well, but I think also because Olympics are happening right now, and that's usually the same time as when Tokyo Idol Festival is. So I think that's being pushed to like October maybe. So there's that, and then NMB is also going to be part of this like promotional thing for the 2025 World Expo.
Hosted in Osaka.
Hosted in Osaka. Yeah, that's the big thing. It's called the Warai Mirai Fest. The Road to Expo 2025 Warai Mirai Fest. Which basically gonna have a lot of like comedian like comedy show stuff. They're gonna have a lot of performances from like various artists.
Yeah, this is all Yoshimoto's doing.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, actually, NMB will be there performing. It's on September 25th. They still they haven't announced anything like who's performing there. But it's quite a ways from now, so who knows?
Yeah, but this is like typical summer festival type things.
Yeah, it's at the Banpaku Collins, which is also where Sayaka's graduation concert was at. So big open field, and it seems like it's gonna be kind of if the current concert situation is any indication, I think there's gonna be no social distancing, so that sounds like a nightmare. Super like summer festival style. Also, speaking of Sayaka though, she's also gonna be performing at this event, but on the 26th, I believe. It's like a day after NMB.
They won't
Like
cross
a solo
paths.
artist. Cross paths, yeah. She'll bring him a Mossburger again. Yeah, so that's something to look forward to. I don't know. I think me and Geoff are still like on the fence on whether we actually want to like do any of this.
Yeah, I kind of want to experience this like festival type setting and seeing NMB, but it's pricey.
Yeah, and also like September 25th. That's like you're coming up on like 11th anniversary time around then too.
Yeah.
It's like so you're gonna make like another like trip to Osaka like a week later, 2 weeks later. It's gonna be kind of dumb.
Yeah, if I lived in Kansai, this would be like no brainer.
But yeah, so that's happening. Okay, and then last thing to talk about, I have an upcoming project in regards to the subtitle, the TEPPEN Subs team stuff. It's entitled Mystery Project 1. I've been in contact with someone, and basically, hey, if you like subtitled content, you're gonna be, and you're a fan of a certain show, you'll want to look forward to this. I think it's all translated and stuff. I just have to do the timing and then get some additional help. But yeah, look forward to that in a few days, maybe a week or so.
Is it AK Bingo?
Yes, it's AK Bingo. I'm bringing back AK Bingo. Yeah. But yeah, basically, it's a show we've talked about before, and now it's gonna be subtitled for y'all to enjoy in English. So look forward to that. And yeah, so yeah, if you have any questions or comments about the show or about NMB48, you can totally let us know in the comment section on YouTube. You can also email us at nmbtakoyaki.party@gmail.com. We're also on Twitter. We're also in the NMB International Discord, which I think we now have 30 boosts, 30 server boosts. We're in the highest level of Discord server levels. So I think it was discord.gh sucks. I think that's the URL we decided on. Or
it's NMB Cord.
NMB Cord. Yeah, and there'll be a link to that in the description. You can totally check out. Highly recommend you join the community with a bunch of NMB fans. We're talking about all the NMB stuff. It's also, hey, if you just want to like find content and get like, how should I say this without like
sources?
Yeah, we have hookups with in order to enjoy NMB content.
7 seas.
Yeah. Highly recommend joining that server.
Or if you want to talk about the Olympics.
Yeah, right now it's all Olympic talk.
Yeah.
So go sports ball. Yeah. So that yeah, so that's gonna do it for this edition of NMB Takoyaki Party. Thanks Arda and Geoff for joining me, and hope y'all stay safe, get vaccinated, so that y'all can come to Japan and enjoy NMB someday. Thank you and have a great day. Peace.